This video and voice message is to Rabbi Dovid Weiss, and for these Hebrew Jews who are holding the law on the street and try to make a demonstration against wars and evil Zionist plan. Rabbi Dovid Weiss was always say that God will help them. God can help everyone, but not so when every evil God-hater Nazis and Satanistic people prisoned God's messenger and try to kill God's messenger. So can God not help and will send more plagues, more floods and more hails and more storms. God just can help when the people listen to the messenger, to the prophet, and when the people not hate the messenger from God and prison the messenger and make the messenger shit with evil lies and criminal acts. God can help and bring glory to everyone, but not so. So I want to send you a message, and I hope that you understand my English, because I can send you this message in German language, but then the Nazi regime blocked my telephone always. Even when I have now a new telephone, they block it and make me shit. And therefore I try to send you in English, and I hope that you understand it. So I ask now every Jew who think that they are believing God, and I ask also every Christianity who think that they believe in God and the prophets and Yeshua, and I ask also every Arabic people who think that they believe in Allah and the prophets, what is written by the Quran. Why they hate a messenger from God and prison the messenger all her life and make the messenger poor and shit and cut the ID card and not give me human right and just hit me. This behavior what they make belong not to God, to Allah, belong to Satan. And therefore God will not stop with the plague wars. I was wrote this Rabbi Dovid Weiss in my first book when I was 19 years old. And the plague wars will not stop when they just make me shit. The law is God. The law is God. And as a religious man, even when you are, say, you are Arabic people or a Christianity, Europa people or a Jew, a religious man who want to resurrect it and believe in God must do the law, not just read the law and study the scripture. This is what Yeshua the Mashiach and Amos and Josiah and Jeremiah, every prophet say. You not just must know and study the scripture and holding the law, you must do it. When you not do it, just study and holding the law, but not do it and not help with the law a victim who is from God, then this knowledge is not from God, is a Satan deeds. Is a Satan deeds know the law and holding the law, but not help a victim with the law and just make the victim poor without the law. This is Satan. And I tell you now the truth. God is happy. God is happy that some Jews go on the street and say this is really not God's will to make wars and kill and steal, because this is against God's law. And I wrote about this Rabbi Dovid Weiss. With 19 years old, God himself was commanded me what God forbid and what God hate and what God want and love. And I just wrote all the things what all the another prophets was also judge and forbid. And I not wrote and write new things in my books. And now is a question, Rabbi Dovid Weiss, when all the people hate me for the law, and when all the people hate me for God of Israel who created all the people and all the nation. They hit me when I was wrote my book with 19 years. They cut after them my documents. They cut my bank card. They poisoned me. They try to poison me. They send me more than 7 years letters that they kill me because I'm the last dirty Jew who belong to God, and they try to kill me. Therefore, because they are satanistic. I have all this telephone talking and letters what the Nazi government sent me here in my act. And this crime not stop. This crime not stop. Now I live here more than 4 years in Germany, and they not allowed me to work as a diploma teacher. The police hit me. The police himself was hit me and say, you are must shut up, you are a stinky Jew, and you not can work in Germany. And I go to law to every court in Europa. More than 4 years I hunger and suffer here also in Nazi Germany. They not allowed me to work. They say I'm a Polish person and therefore I cannot work as a diploma teacher. Even when I'm not a Polish person. I was never in Poland. I'm a German Jew. In Hungarian, the Nazis was try to kill me and cut all my documents, all my human rights, because they hate God. I become the letters, they hate God, they are satanistic Nazis, and therefore they try to kill me. So I emigrated out after 7 years, here to Stuttgart, and in Stuttgart they continue all the deeds, and I become not human right. I just become a little bit social money, but when I was here in Stuttgart for 4 years ago, then I have a lot of friends, not sexual friends, just to talk these friends, and every people here become more than 400 social money. 420 is the social money in Germany. 420. I become now 300 social money as a diploma teacher. And even when I ask why I become so more or less money, why? Every goyim who not study, who not have schools, every goyim who are use drug, who are mental sick, become 420. I am as a diploma teacher. I have 2 diploma and 3 language schools. I become not the social money. I become more or less as a Jew and a diploma teacher. And when I go to the job center, they send me evil protocols, what is a lie, that I have darling by them, and they lie that I become money and now I must pay back the money. I was never become bank darling. Never. They lie. And when I go to a lawyer, please help, they steal my money. Every month they steal my small social money. I hunger and suffer here also more than 4 years. And then is a question, Rabbi Dovid. This is a question what God will question all the Jews who think that they are Jews. I was never happy in this mental sick human life between this Nazi regime, because they cut my ID card, they cut my human rights. More than 10 years I haven't human rights. They not allowed me to work, to make family, to create a happy life. Just hit me, stinky Jew, you must shut up. When I was go to Jerusalem and ask for help, I make there in Jerusalem and Tel Aviv a video that this Nazi regime not give me human right, just hit me. Even the social money they not want to pay me out because they are mental sick Nazis. I need help. I just wrote about God and Moses' law and God's plan and temple plan. Why the Jews not help me? Why? This is the question. This question will ask on the end time God himself, every Jew. I suffer for God. I suffer for God's law. I suffer for God's holy temple to build it new. Therefore, all the satanistic, mentastic, evil Nazis hit me. And then is no Jew and no law who help a victim who suffer for God. I wrote more than 10 books about God's temple plan and about the law from Moses. I not do evil things. I wrote about holy God and holy law. It's true that God himself was judged many things what he hate. He hate killing families and killing children and women and steal lands and steal house and everything what's forbidden by Moses law. It's also true that I was told Israel God have a plan to build Canaan with right and law. When they maybe listen me, I can tell them, but they not listen. So it's a question, Rabbi Dovid Weiss, when Israel not can listen God and try to kill me more than 10 years for God and for God's holy law, how they can say that they belong to God? Because this is not Jewish behavior. I know also that the Satanistic government, this New World Order regime work together, even when they not see it. The Satanistic regime work together to control every people and slavery every people with false laws, not with God's law. And you say, Rabbi Dovid, that the Palestinians can maybe also live there in Canaan. This is written that every people who belong to God can live on the end time in Jerusalem, and God's temple will be opened to every nation who do God's law. This is important, the law. Everything belongs to the law, because who break the law is not a holy person. And this land, not called Palestine and not called Israel, this land called God the Holy Land, the Holy Land. And the Holy Land is just holy when they make the holy law. When they break the law, then is it not holy? Then is a goyim land, a godless, lawless goyim land who kill, steal, lie, and break every shit and make every shit and break every law. A holy land must be holy, and is written by Jewish prophets and by the Quran also. On the end time, when God return, every nation can worship God in this land who do the law and listen God's advice and make his commandment. Because these people and this nation will be holy and can live there. But who break it and make another people shit and poor, not belong to God and not can live in the Holy Land. This is very easy. This is so easy that even a child can understand. But I talk more than 20 years and nobody understands, just hit me and make me poor for God's law. And then they think when they hit God's woman for God's law and temple that they will resurrected or want to resurrected on the end time, that God will forgive this. No, no. I try to save Benjamin Netanyahu, but he not listen and make me poor and let me alone in my poorness for God's law. This is what he will become back with all his family and children, because I was never happy in my life. I wrote many judgments. I go in every court in Strasbourg, Den Haag, Genf. I wrote every court in Berlin that Nazi people hit me for God and not give me human right, that I can live. They steal my little social money also with lies, and no lawyer helped me. My mother was also wrote a judgment against this regime, and my mother is also not mental sick. Everything what I told and wrote is true. I have witnesses, many witnesses, and my mother is also witnesses. Andreas Grimm is a witnesses. Alfred Buchner is a witnesses. I have many witnesses, and everything what I told, I have also documents about this. And when I become such mental sick commentator that I am a bigot because I wrote about God, then these people, Rabbi David Weiss, were not resurrected. They are a bigot. A bigot is mean that they think that they are holy, but then they blaspheme at God and his bride with evil lies. And make me shit with lies and blaspheme at me just because I am a victim because the Nazi regime not can make about me a mental sick bitch, what they can rape, because I was not allowed this. Therefore they try to kill me and always send me I must shut up. They must sit all in prison who not give me human right, and they will sit Rabbi Dovid Weiss in prison, but forever. This prison, Gehenna, no lawyer will bring them out them, I tell you the truth, no lawyer. I was the way to bring them out from their evil sins, that they not go in the Gehenna, but they not want to come out from their sin, that they want to live. They not want to come out from the evil lie and evil sin against God, and not give me human right, not give me lawyer, just make every day shit. And when think Benjamin that he is a Jew, why he hit God's bride and not help with God's law? Why? And why he not can listen? I cannot talk about wars on telephone, Rabbi David Weiss. Now they make wars against a lot of country. And Iran, this war, I was warned them that Iran will attack. And when they not listen, it will be not a good end. Yes. But God himself, Rabbi Dovid Weiss, know my deeds and my heart. God and all the holy prophets know that I am not a sinner. I suffer for his word. I suffer for God's word and God's law, what he told me and teach me. All the mental sick men hit me for God, for the Savior, for the Creator, and therefore they are bitches. A man who hit a woman who is from God must be stoned to death is written also by Muhammad. Is written by the Quran and Moses. When you stone prophets for God's word, this is a sin. This will never forgive God. Never. Never. This is Satan. And knowing and study the Torah, the 5 book, and then not do the law, but you study the law and know the law. But then is a question, why you not help with the law, God's bride? God not give the law just to read it, but not help when somebody is in suffering and in prison, just because I wrote about the law. They prisoned me and cut my documents and not give me human right. Now more than 10 years, steal my little bit social money. Every goims, I tell now this Benjamin, every goims become more social money as I am who study the law and I am a diploma teacher, and they think that God will forgive them. They are love the goyims more as God himself, I tell you the truth. What they make with me, they make with God of Israel. What they give me, they give God of Israel. When they think that God of Israel not can eat because God is mental sick for the law, then they will not resurrect it. Every bitch and goyim become more money as I am who are from God. And when they are proud about this, that they love more the mental sick goys who use drug and who are stupid, and when they love more the mental sick bitches, then they are not Jews. When they pay goyims and bitches, and when they not can help and not can pay God's price for God's temple plan, then they are not Jews, they are not Christianity, they are not Arabic people. They are satanistic. I can help, Rabbi Dovid Weiss, I can help. My arm not just can send blagwas. I can kill every enemy without guns. I was told this Benjamin Netanyahu. I can send flood in the desert, not just to Yemen and to Mecca. I can send flood to everywhere. But I cannot help so when they just make me shit with lies. I not need gun to make Israel free. When they not can trust in God and not can trust in the law, how can then God trust in Israel when people say to God that he is mental sick and a bigot just because I spoke about God's law and temper? So God will not trust in these people. God not trust in evil liar and evildoer who say to God he's mentastic for the law and for the right and for his own temple plan. This is not a religion what they make. Everything what they make more than 10 years is the Satan deeds. And this will not help them on the end. I will study the Torah, or I will study the Quran, or I will study the Bible. I will preach and know the law, but then prison at God's pride and make God's pride shit with lies and criminal acts and just lag about this and watch the suffering without law. This will not help them to know the law, but not help with the law God's pride. Think about it. And I was told, Benjamin, that when he not stop with this shit, and when a gypsy Nyíri József with Orbán Viktor rule the world, then this is not a Jewish Canaan religion. And when gypsies rule the world, not I rule the crowd on the street, no. The gypsy and enemies and the Nazis, and their own sin. When Benjamin Verbi listen me, then nobody will be stand on the street against him. When Benjamin Verbi listen me, and God, then nobody must demonstrate on the street against him. Yes, because God can bring glory to Israel. God can bring glory and money and every good things to Israel with his righteous hand and with his righteous law and with his love and wisdom. But when they not want to listen and make just people shit and poor and hit people with the police, with water guns, this is not a religious Hebrew behavior. Send evil police to hit people on the street. This is nothing. This is not written. It will be the same in Moses' time. Moses was the judgment court, and Moses himself was say, every problems what you have, you must come to me and to my Levite priest, and we will make together a judgment to make about every problem a good thing. Moses was never commanded when somebody have problem and when somebody not can work and not have money and have problems, that you must not listen, that you can hit people for their problems. This was not commanded Moses. Moses was commanded, as every prophet, you must listen the people problems and make together a judgment how they can make their life better. And when people have problems, not have money, not can work, and go on the street, that they are suffer and hunger and have problems, this is not written that they can hit people for their problems. No. This is a Gentile behavior, a Nazi behavior, a dictator. Thank you.